Today's topic is market failure monopoly. The company we'll be talking about is Batelco. It is a company based in Bahrain in the Middle East. Batelco used to be the only players in the market. Even after Zain and Viva entered the market, Batelco still had the most market share, making Batelco considered as price setters. The entrance of Zain and Viva to the market failed to control the abuses of Batelco's monopoly's power. The competition between companies had helped Batelco to improve its services and to innovate and differentiate, and that is by improving the customer's experience. Batelco was the only telecommunications company in Bahrain for a very long period of time, approximately 25 years, which basically meant that they were a monopoly that had 100% of Bahrain's telecommunication market under it. Bahrain had the highest level of unemployment rate when Batelco was monopoly. Zain offered over 1,500 jobs that one-fourth were offered in Bahrain, which means Zain had helped decrease the unemployment rate in Bahrain. When Viva entered the market, it offered more jobs and opportunities to the locals that helped the country's conditions. With the other two telecommunication companies being introduced in Bahrain, Batelco was definitely harmed. Batelco used to have a perfectly inelastic demand curve, but after Zain entering the market and Viva, this affected the elasticity, changing it from perfectly inelastic into a more elastic curve. When Batelco was alone in the market, there were more regulations that were defending Batelco, which was to the reason behind the company having a very inelastic demand on their products, which is why Batelco used to play with the prices by setting them high, whereas the consumers had to cope since there was no alternative. As you can see from the graph, the quantity doesn't change regardless of the price that is being set.
The increase in the market competition between Batelco, Zain and Viva results a fall in the demand of Batelco, where people have shifted from Batelco, the only telecommunication company that used to take over the market, to either Zain or Viva. As we can see from the demand graph, it's going to shift to the left because of introducing Viva and Zain aggressively to the market. Although the competition in the market justified all three telecommunication companies to introduce new offers in order to attract and satisfy the customers' needs, whereas any other reduction caused Batelco a competitive advantage, as it will give it more space and room to compete without compromising or erosion of margins. And as we can see, this is the organizational structure of Batelco, and they have a wider span of control. Despite the aggressive competition against 7 active players in a limited saturated market, Batelco managed to maintain its position as a market leader over the years. Batelco marked the end of 2012 with a 41% market share of the mobile market, 38% share of the fixed broadband market. The company has, however, witnessed a decline of revenues and profits, which is in line with the global decline of telecom revenues, in addition and due to the increase in the local market competition. In 2012, Batelco recorded a net profit of 61 million BD, representing a year-on-year decline of 11%. Year-on-year net profits have been declining at a similar rate since the market liberation in 2017. The share price at the time was wiring this assignment stands at 364 fils per share, which represents a 60% decline from 2007, when the share prices were estimated at 965 fils per share. And as we can see from this diagram, how much the price was lowered in only the span of 3 years.
Clearly illustrates that the supply of the products have increased, causing a shift in the supply curve to the right from S1 to S2, in which it results a fall in the prices to decrease from P1 to P2, that changed the quantity demanded from quantity demanded 1 to quantity demanded 2. That result an overall change in the equilibrium from
Created using Powtoon.